Also tonight, our interview with Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price. The DA has been in the hot seat lately. Family and friends of a few recent crime victims say they're seeing signs she may lessen charges against their accused killers. Among those criticizing her are the friends of the Wu family. Jasper Wu was shot and killed by a stray bullet on I-880. District Attorney Price sat down with us today to discuss a variety of issues, including how she's dealing with the Wu case.
They have been misled by people who have a racist agenda, that have attacked me as a black woman, that have created this narrative that somehow because I'm black, that I'm not going to prosecute people who killed someone of Asian descent. That is a lie. I think that people who are saying that to them and are saying that publicly are lying, and they are misleading the family.
With the mounting criticism that you are facing right now, that people don't trust the DA's office, they don't feel safe. Can you respond to that?
I won because people did not trust this office. We're here because this community did not trust this office, and for good reason. This office has a long history of over-criminalizing young people, over-criminalizing black and brown youth. My predecessor fought and campaigned against criminal justice reform for the last 10 years. She was a vocal opponent of every law that has passed overwhelmingly. The things that the people of Alameda County expect me to do and elected me to do are going to be done. And there's always going to be people who are critical of that because they have been wedded to the old ways.
How do you balance this push for reform, your compassion justice platform, and this soft on crime narrative that is now from your opponents? Is there a balancing act in that?
No, there is no balance. Again, the narrative of my opponents is a failed strategy. We know that what they're talking about does not work, does not keep us safe. It's something from the 80s and the 70s that people talked about then that they've continued. They throw that up. There was no concern about my predecessor's policies, and her policies clearly did not keep us safe. I've lived in Alameda County for most of the past 40 years. The epidemic of gun violence that we've had in the last 3 or 4 years, before we got into this office, exploded. And we did not hear anyone expressing concern for how this office was administering justice and not keeping us safe. What I can say to the victims of those families and every family, all of my career has been about representing, serving victims in their worst moment. So I absolutely understand the devastation of losing a loved one and having to somehow reconstruct your life or move on. It's so difficult.
That interview with Pamela Price conducted by producer Christine Nee. The suspects accused of killing Jasper Wu are due back in court next week. During our interview today, Price also told us no decision has been made on the charges, including any enhancements, and she did not give a timeline for when that decision might take place. Now, we are hearing similar concerns in another high-profile case in Alameda County. This has to do with the killing of security guard Kevin Nishida. Nishida was shot and killed in November of 2021. He was on assignment in Oakland protecting a TV news crew when the shooting happened. 3 people have been charged in the crime, 2 arrested, but one of them is still on the run. Today we spoke to Nishida's widow, Virginia. She says she's no longer getting regular updates about her husband's case, and she's worried that her family will not get the justice that they deserve.
Kevin got life for this. What about these men that killed Kevin, or the men that killed Jasper Wu? What about them? Alameda County needs somebody who's going to voice for them and really take these criminals and give them full punishment. And she's not doing that. And incarceration is the punishment, because Kevin, he can't get out. He can't get out of this urn. So Pamela Price, this is Kevin Nishida, and his sentence was death. And I'm not asking for death for these criminals. Incarceration is the answer. And for us to feel safe that they're off the streets.
Virginia and Nishida there in extreme pain. We asked District Attorney Pamela Price about Virginia and Nishida's concerns. DA Price says she can't speak on specific concerns because no one inside or outside her office has asked her to review the case. She also notes that she reviews prosecutions on a case-by-case basis, and she is asking Virginia and Nishida to reach out to her office.